Hello guys, welcome back to Happy Family Life Creations. You know what, I was just wondering yesterday, looking at so much Christmas treats and going over to different friends and all, I was thinking we haven't done a beautiful cookie recipe. We have done cakes, brownies and different other desserts, but the most simplest thing which we can make on any occasions as well as on our festive season of Christmas or New Year are cookies. So what better than that? I thought, let me bring that a special Christmas themed peppermint chocolate fudge truffle kind of cookies. So don't go by the name. It's not a fancy name or some hard kind core recipe. It's very simple. Whip up with some few ingredients and with a twist which I love. I'm going to be also filling it up some caramel fudge. So stay tuned and let's get on with the recipe. So first of all, we have to make the caramel fudge. So it's very easy, as nowadays we get everything instantly. I'm going to use our sweetened condensed milk, my go-to ever favorite ingredient for any kind of quick things, even for puddings and cakes and all. Whenever you need eggless, Milkmaid sweetened condensed milk, go for that. So the easiest way of caramel sauce, rather than the traditional, I think I've showed you the traditional one caramel sauce, but here we're trying to make a fudge which will be chilling out for 1 or 2 hours and then that'll become set. So I'll show you that, the ingredients, what you need for that. Let's go on. So for that we have nothing but a couple of tablespoons of good old butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, little bit darker shade, then a pure delicious sweetened condensed milk, 1 whole tin of 300 to 400 ml vanilla extract, or I'm using the paste, the vanilla bean paste, and then some good old white chocolate, whichever do you need. So I'll first make that, and then after that we have the ingredients for our peppermint dark chocolate, what do you call it, truffle cookies. So nothing very fancy. Again, we use a little bit of butter in that. I might be using some Crisco, which is shortening, with some 2 tablespoons of water, along with some mix of some chocolates, as I have some dark chocolate, milk chocolates. You can even use semi-sweet chocolates. Then we're going for a mix of white sugar and brown sugar. And then we have a couple of eggs, around 3 large eggs. Then the dry ingredients which we need will be around 1 to 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch or corn flour, which is to thicken and make the cookies much chewier. And then we have half a cup of cocoa, dark rich cocoa, and then pure peppermint extract, if you can see that, and again some vanilla bean paste. And finally we'll be again coating them with another set of white chocolate and crushed peppermint or candy canes, yeah. So yeah, that's it, quick and easy. Let's go and make the caramel fudge. And the next we're going to make the fudge right now, the caramel fudge. I've already started melting the butter. Now we're adding the 1 full can of condensed milk. We have to be quick with this process. The whole can of that beautiful condensed milk goes into that. Make sure to scrape the whole thing. You don't want to lose any. We add the brown sugar and stir all of these together and let that come to a boil. At the end we'll add our vanilla, because we need to do this in a quick method. We cannot be able to wait like one by one, so keep your ingredients ready. Let the vanilla and the sugar and everything nicely get melted. So don't worry, like if you feel it's too sweet, as we added the Milkmaid or the condensed milk along with the brown sugar. You can reduce the amount of brown sugar. I added around half a cup along with the butter. I'm going to add another tablespoon of butter too. So altogether, I'll give you the amount later on. Just 4 tablespoons or maybe half a cup of butter, cubes of butter. Melt this all in a high heat, around 2 to 3 minutes. It needs to bubble for a few minutes. It's all been melted, as you can see. It's nice and smooth now, as we can see. So for the dark chocolate truffle, we have the milk chocolate and dark chocolate, which we had chopped and put it in the microwave safe bowl along with the 2-3 tablespoons of butter. I melted it for 2 minutes till it's nice and so melted. And then over here we have sifted one cup along with 1/4 cups all-purpose flour, half a cup of good dark rich cocoa powder, sifted along with 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon to 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, nicely sifted to twice and then just mixed in well. And now we're going to do the eggs and sugar beating. So we have 3 large eggs over here, and I'm going to add around half cup and 1 extra tablespoon of white sugar along with half a cup of dark brown sugar. I'm going to beat and whip this. So basically over here, whipping eggs along with sugar is going to give 1 to 2 minutes. Don't overdo it. It's going to give that light and fluffy texture to the cookie. Whereas for the other one, a regular cookie, we have softened butter along with sugar, both the sugars, which we just whip it up or just beat them together slowly with even a spatula or a dry whisk, just for 1 or 2 minutes, and we're just creaming that butter and sugar. So here we are actually whipping this along with the sugar and eggs, which is a different process, and that will incorporate air into it, which will give the texture a light and fluffy, like a cake kind of batter. So that's why I said this is between a cookie and a cake. So we're gonna beat this on low speed, and then we'll increase the speed later on. For 1 to 2 minutes, we're going to whip this. Don't over whip it. Now to second speed. Incorporating slowly the good amount of peppermint. Half to 3/4 is good. And then we add our beautiful chocolate melted into this. Be very careful because this is eggs, guys. So make sure the chocolate has come to a little bit of room temperature before we add it to the beaten eggs. You don't want scrambled egg mix. Scrambled egg and chocolate mix over here when you're trying to make something out of it good. That's for dipping in later on. Give that for another 30 to 45 seconds of good whisk. Still well combined, not too much. Now we're going to add our dry ingredients slowly. Incorporating slowly the dry ingredients. So guys, if you feel that the dough after adding the dry ingredients become thicker and it's starting to not incorporate well, You can add a few drops of hot milk. I'm having a caramel kind of cream over here. Just a splash of that so that the whipping will become much more easier for you. We come to the last stage of the dry ingredients. Chop that all inside. I'm adding some more of that warm milk. Now I'm going to switch to our spatula.
Since it's just easier to mix everything together with the spatula.
And the last whip with the just putting chunks of milk chocolate in here. As I said, you can use semi-sweet chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips. This is just a final, like, you know, it'll like have a good chocolatey, chunky, kind of soft texture. That's why I'm breaking this. Then just wrap it with cling film and put it into the fridge for half an hour. So we'll see you after that. So you can see how it is like a nice, you know, kind of thick consistency. So when it chills up, it's going to be nice and firm, and then we can scoop it and ball it, and then we'll place the fudge inside and bake it for around 350 degrees for around 10 to 12 minutes. We tend to make it in a lower heat rather than...
Hi guys, so today we're going to make a very special recipe, and it's the continuation of the last video. Today we're going to make peppermint cookies, and we're going to fill them with caramel.
Few of them are with caramel, and few of them are
going to be plain,
and some can be coated in some powdered sugar.
Yeah.
So just eyeball the measurement. If you want, you can keep it into ice cream soup, but then if your hands are very good enough, like you can just take, I'm just making medium sized ones, not so big, because these are going to anyway flatten and spread out on the baking sheet. So it's just like this,
like make into a round shape,
and then you just coat them some on with some powdered sugar,
like that.
And then we'll do half of that like that, and half of them we're gonna do with caramel filled. So I'll just show a few of them. Of it. Now I've washed my hands. So if you wash your hands, it'll be easier to roll the dough and then make a nice bowl out of it, like this.
And if you want a closer look,
and now I make a hole in this, like a thumbprint cookie, right? We have a thumbprint cookie, and then take a small portion of the caramel, just a small. We don't need too much.
How much? Like
half a teaspoon, or even less than that. And then if you can stick this inside, press it in, and then squeeze it up.
Sure. Why do we need to do our thumbprint?
Because then it can go inside, and then you roll it again into a circle.
Oh.
See, just try to somehow fill that caramel inside.
Kind of like a marble?
Kind of. This is the finished product. A little bit spread out, that's fine. You can totally cut that out.